Today is day 210 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on here at Code Wars. We are looking for a new CADA to complete. We are inching our way near the end of level 7, or 7 Caillou, one of those. Little kitty. Good afternoon. That's another thing. We should all relish in this. It's 2:36 midday Saturday. So that's another key factor. But yeah, it's not midnight right now. That's a rarity. So we're looking for most completed, little kitty. Do you remember yesterday? Actually, it was about, what, 12? No. Rolling around on the keyboard is not going to solve anyone's problems. You were, oh my god, look at you. Moving the webcam. No, and you're, oh my god, happy thoughts. Look, just bad. Oh my god. Look at this. Hey, you're covered in fur. Think about that. There you go. Oh my god. Why do you refuse? Super mega death. Something about clipping something. Oh god. I don't even know. Let's just go back to the homepage. Little kitty, you're an abomination. Why must you always try to sabotage the stream? She did the same thing last night. Yesterday, at the beginning of the stream. Let's check let's find her CADA, then we'll check everything. We want most completed. Loading. Level 7. And fundamentals. Hopefully. Is that fundamentals? We're good? We're good. We're set. Finding the next one on our to-do list. Isograms. Crap. Yet again, we're going to have some difficulty. Do we actually want to do isograms, or do we want to jump to shortest word? I don't know if I feel comfortable skipping one. We'll look at isograms, see how we feel about that. Binary addition, that's going to be a freaking nightmare. An isogram is a word that has no repeating letters, consecutive or non-consecutive. Huh. Really? Implement a function that determines whether a string that contains only letters is an isogram. Assume the empty string is an isogram. Ignore the letter case. So, yeah. Fascinating. So if it has repeat letters, it doesn't pass. We're ignoring case. Fair enough. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and dive. No, wait. Let's double check everything. Little kitty was shimmying things. Freaking ridiculous. There we go. Roughly in that area, so to speak. And one of these things. Yeah, that's about as good as it's ever gonna get, right? Okay, so let's do this. Day 210. Diving into a new CADA. Isograms. Go time. Although now it's slowly loading. Why is it slowly loading? and train. There we go. Ta-da, look at that. Once more, an isogram is a word that has no repeating letters, consecutive or non-consecutive. Implement a function that determines whether a string that contains only letters is an isogram. Assume the empty string is an isogram. Ignore the letter case. So first of all, I feel like we could go about this a couple ways. We did learn some new tricks regarding regular expressions, a couple different methods like filter and type of, some of those that we could probably all mash together to get the solution. But I'm not sure if I'm going to end up doing something more along the lines of like a for loop and some if statements instead of the methods. We're going to sort of play this by ear. But we should be able to piece this nightmare together. Free camp stuff. And mapping things. Object-oriented programming. So dot map, reduce, filter, and sort. I want to say filter. Let's check out filter first. The filter method is used to iterate through an array and filter out elements where a given condition is not true. Filter is passed callback function, which takes the current value. We've called a value argument. So filter function value is what it's bringing in, and we're checking to make sure that value does not equal 5. In ours, we ended up going with old array. We were setting up new array, and it was based off old array.filter, and the value was everything less than 6, 1 through 5. Now, in a perfect world, what is our first instinct? We're going to be taking string in and comparing it to something. We're also going to have the ignore case. So I kind of feel like there's going to be some regular expressions involved. Basic JavaScript. Down to the bottom. For sift through text. Yes, good. Now, ignore the case, uppercase, and lowercase when searching for patterns. This also might be perfect. So, quick once over. Regular expressions are used to find certain words or patterns inside of strings. For example, if we want to find the word the in the string, the dog chased the cat, we'd use the following regular expression, /the/gi. Let's break this down. Slash is the start of the regular expression. The is the pattern we want to match. So here, what do we do? Maybe we could do, can we do filters inside of the slash? I don't think it'll work that way. Blank is the regular expression, that's the end. G is global, which causes the pattern to return all matches in the string, not just the first one. And then I is meant that we want to ignore the case when searching for patterns. Maybe we won't be able to use regular expressions because I feel like that's a very focused thing on a string itself. I was kind of hopeful we'd be able to convert it into a variable and put a variable inside the global expression. We might be able to, but that seems like it might be getting kind of messy. And I think since I'm still coming to terms, grasping the basics of all of this nonsense, I might be better off going a simpler route. Here's a fun question. Why doesn't the keyboard work? Is there some keyboard lock? Oh, caps lock. No? Death. Y. Something is deeply wrong with our keyboard. Types there. So why doesn't it like us typing here? Let's refresh it. Dun, 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 dun. Ding, 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 ding. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. A word, no repeat letters. So we want to take a string. We want to take string. And we want to split it into an array. At each character. I don't know if I actually need to set up the quotes, because if I leave it empty, I think it will split each character by default. We'll just do quotes anyways. It'll still split it per character. So split the string into an array. And really, for each character in string array, for each character in string array, variable, string array, okay. So a for loop now. For variable I equals 0, semicolon, something that rhymes with I is less than string array dot length semicolon I plus plus. So it's going to go through each one. End for. I'm doing that end for loop because tagging them and function. Yeah, we can do end for and fun. Keeping track of the closing tags, because I've had quite an issue with returning stuff inside of the for loop. And apparently that's bad times. So we don't want to return inside of our for loop. We want to do that afterwards. So I'm tagging them with a comment. Hopefully that's okay. Something that rhymes with so forth and such is isogram. We're putting in a string. We're taking that string and we're going to split it into an array. That will be called variable string array. And then we're going to set up a for loop to go through that array, and we're going to compare each character. String array I if string array I is something. Repeats is the same? I don't even know how to check for duplicate characters. If... How does one check for duplicate characters? If this letter equals... is equivalent to... I guess it would be any other character. String array I. So if any other character is equal... Maybe I should be doing not equals. Because if that character is not equal... Yeah, not equal. That was close. If any other character in the string array is not equal to any other character in string array, then we should be doing something. Then we just return that word, right? Then blank, blank, blank. Then string, I think. Yeah. Otherwise, I guess it'd be return false. And would this be return string array or return true? I guess it'd just be return true or string array. What do they want? What exactly are they looking for? That equals true, and that equals false. An isogram is a word that has no repeating letters, consecutive or non-consecutive. Implement a function that determines whether a string containing only letters... That should be another issue. I think there's a way to indicate that we only want letters, and we can obviously do a case thing like lowercase or uppercase, but I think there's probably a method that tells it to ignore the case altogether. Maybe we could do a regular expression in the bottom? Or start with a regular expression and tell it to ignore the case? Death. What to do, what to do. I think we're close. I hope we're close. Let's see what we get so far with this. What error message we're getting. So... Oh, right. We didn't close off our if statement. And that's why we do that. To check and see where we're falling apart. Okay, so... Status type. String array is not a function at isogram at object handler at context. String array equals string dot split. Didn't we split it correctly? I hope we split it correctly. Tiny cat, I can hear you digging through crap behind us. Oh my god, she's crazy. Whatever. It's just a plastic bag. More of a shipping bag, not just a plastic bag, but one of the bubble wrapped shipping envelopes. That's what she's examining things. Dot split. Do we need to rejoin it afterwards? I don't think we need to, because it's only, we aren't splitting the variable. I mean, we are splitting the variable, but we've set that up in our new array, which is the string array. Yeah, see, look at that. That's at every space. That's perfect. So, ignore case. Is there a way, JavaScript, JS, ignore case? Well, damn. Okay, hey, look at that. Whoa. W3. So variable string. Yeah, that's the whole string. Pat1 equals do3s ignore case. Pat1 ignore case. See, dot ignore case. I feel like that might be more beneficial to us. And what else? I don't know if I should set up a regular expression to ignore the case and then feed it through the for loop, or use that dot ignore case somewhere. And I'm not sure. All I remember is that returning inside a for loop is bad, but here I'm inside the if statement within the for loop. Damn. I just can't recall. Anywho. We've got string, so all we're trying to tag now, I think, hopefully, that should be okay. If I isn't equal to any of the other characters within the string, I know we're headed in the right direction. I don't know if we're walking in the right direction. I think I'm falling down the cliff in the general direction. That's kind of what it feels like. Hey, apples. There's a down case. Compare them both a down case. Okay. Isn't JavaScript, isn't it lowercase? JS lowercase. I'm pretty sure it is dot lowercase, but two lowercase. That's right. Two lowercase. I should remember that, because I was always surprised. JavaScript does seem to be fairly quick, and it always intrigued me that for lowercase it was such a long thing. Some of them are just lower, or I could have sworn there's one down, or one that is like dot down case or dot down. Because at Code Academy, I went through, those like 9, 10, 11, 12 different languages. So I saw a smattering of different methods for lowercase and uppercase, since those are basic methods. But so now I've got all of them in my head. I never know which one to use. Yeah, you're right. Two lowercase. Always forget. Yeah, not to worry. Not to worry. So that's cool. See, I wasn't sure if there was a general one. Like, wasn't it on this page? Here. Like dot ignore case. I don't know if that would be any better. Although better is kind of relative. So let's do this. And we should be checking. We should do take string to lowercase, and then dot split. And at that point, I think it should be fine because the whole array would be lowercase at that point. So string array from there would be fine. So that's really, we only need the 1, at least to my knowledge. And then furthermore, so that deals with the lowercase issue. An isogram is a word that has no repeating letters, consecutive or non-consecutive. So be it. All new single individual letters. No one's traveling in pairs. No repeat letters. Fine. Implement a function that determines whether a string contains only letters. So now the only letter thing. JS. I know there's type of, but I feel like that's not quite what I'm looking for. Same with regular expressions. I know there's a way to determine that I'm only looking for text instead of numbers, or vice versa. It's vice versa. It's the numbers. That's what it was. It was look for everything that isn't a number with the regular expressions. And I feel like I could implement regular expressions. But find regular numbers. There was a way to make it opposite. Oh, it's capital. Capitalize the letter to do the opposite. Because that's what it was for space. So I figured it was kind of one of those monkey see, monkey do, rinse and repeat things. See, S was to find all of the space in it, but if you did capital S, it found everything that isn't white space. So I was hopeful that capital D would find everything that isn't a number. But I'm not really looking to utilize how a regular expression works in this. I think it's more comparison-y. There's a lot of I think, and really not a lot of good thinking. Let's see how this goes with the 2 lowercase. They still hate us. Type error. String array is not a function at isogram. I must be doing something wrong. I just don't know what it is, though. Maybe it's return string. I don't even think I actually need to return the string. I think I just need to return true. No. Super mega death. Okay, so we had 2 lowercase. And now the next thing, bit by bit. Let's just keep tacking things on so we can close out of the case issues. Lowercase dealt with. We need to figure out how to get this off the ground, but we will get there. Wait, what's going down? Apples, you're passing something into string array on line 5. Oh, see, I was confused. Tiny cat, please keep walking. Thank God. See, I thought using the dot split turned it into an array, but that's not what's happening. So I need to set up an empty array, and then I need to implement this to port into the array. So I was missing this step. Fascinating. I was trying to figure out where the hell the damn brackets are. Or wait. Oh, it does turn into an array. But parentheses, okay. I knew it. I was wondering about that. That had crossed my mind, but I thought it was for the returning purposes or calling the function at the end or whatever it is. Even though it's string array here, I was thinking it would be, if I were to call it, that I'd end up having to do something like string array. See, in the parentheses here, I'm just explaining my confusion, don't mind me. See, like that. And for some reason, I was thinking it was this, but you only use the parentheses when it is a function like this. So many learning moments here on this stream. Damn. Okay. So, just doing, apples, you're just doing normal brackets, not square, to access an element in an array. Accessing an index in an array isn't a function or anything. There we go, these squared brackets. Good to know. Thank you for clarifying that. 'Tis greatly appreciated. Look at that, so much better. And now I don't feel like there's an excess of parentheses in this if statement. I was just looking at it being like, there's an awful lot of curviness going on in here. That should be better. Don't mind the end for and fun thing. I was having issues returning inside of for loops, and I know that's bad. However, I'm still concerned about when I have an if statement inside of a for loop, if I can return inside of an if statement, or if that's bad, or if it's just within the for loop itself that is bad times. Yeah, right? See, that's what's going on. Mega confusion. So, does that make sense to you? Oh yeah, no. That absolutely does. Again, there was a personal concern in general. See the curviness for implementing parameters when running a function versus what would be the right phrase? Not calling, but verifying the elements of an array with the squared brackets, which makes sense for the example I was thinking of down here was the string array, and then when you'd go to call it, you'd have, ta-da, the brackets, because that is a full, if we were to just call the function, that's what would be going down. So for the if statement, I'm referencing that specific character and comparing it, since I'm doing it twice, to that specific character. So good times. Just needed someone like you, Apples, to point me in the right direction, or to more reaffirm, reconfirm, reassure. That's it, to reassure that I'm falling down the cliff in the proper heading. Okay, so you can return whatever. It just brings you out of the function and returns that in the function. You can return whenever. It just always stops the function there and returns that value. Well, since it's the end of the function there, I get, out of the function, or out of the for loop. Okay, so we don't quite want the party. Oh, let's do Z. Well, we don't want the party to end right there. At line 7. So I think that's what we're looking for. And let's double check. Aha, we've got green. Okay, so the square brackets definitely fixed that initial issue. We've got our two lowercase. Okay, so you can have return in the loop. Just know it will take you out of the loop, out of the looping issue, and whatever value you returned will be the value of that function. Okay. So we can have return here. So the if, so for blah, 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 blankety blank, otherwise return false. I can live with that for now. Okay, so the next thing, there's still more to it. I know I'm missing something. It's apples. It's like it's looking through the loop, and if whatever it goes, yep, got it, and stops there. Okay. Well, consider, I think, I'm pretty sure it's the not equals, just conceptually piecing it together. So we've got our let's see, from the top, we've got our string. We're taking our string, making everything lowercase, and then we're splitting each character into an array. That array will be string array, and then we're setting up a for loop for our string array to iterate character by character, or element, each element index, each index of that array. If any given index of string array is not equal to any other index of string array, then return true. I just hope that part, I hope the condition is right. And if that's true, then it should return the true value, because that's what they keep returning for their answers are either true or false. So I believe that's what I want. Yeah. I'm hopeful. Oh god. Wait. Okay. So that will never return true. Damn. Which is the same thing. How do I gauge? So how do I compare it to all the other characters except for itself? If I... Oh, no, wait. It's not I itself. We're starting at 0. I forgot that. Okay, so the array, it doesn't actually care about the letter. It doesn't care that it's DERMTOGL, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't care about that. All of these are really 0 indexed in the array. So D is 0, E is 1, R 2, blah, blah, blah. So what I actually need to verify is any given character not equal to the string as a whole? No. Damn. I think I'm crazy. I'm 900% sure that I'm making this way harder than it needs to be. Apples. just look at your condition on line 6. Doesn't make any sense. No, I get that. Apples, wait, maybe you do have it. I can't understand your thinking. I can't understand my thinking, Apples. I'm the issue. I have to live with me, the crazy person inside here. You think it's hard just watching the stream, dear God. It's difficult enough being me. I have to live with this craziness. Okay, so death. I was just hoping that, like, it was an open because of the for loop and it looping through everything with I. I know I is just a placeholder for any given number and it's starting at 0, but I was hopeful that it would iterate through all of them here first and then go through everything here second. Although, hold the phone for a second. Side note, so I've been watching, viewing, doing this Udemy course, and it was explaining how when you've got anything at all, even if it's an equation, but we'll do we'll call it, it's not a pretty example, but variable, yeah, we'll do basics. Variable A equals 3 plus 2. So obviously, you know, if you were to call A or whatever, A would end up being 5, right? So what happens is JavaScript checks everything on the right side of an equation first. Anything with an equal sign. Now, I don't know if... I think that applies to everything, I would hope. This is sort of subconscious and now fingers crossed, but if it were to check everything... Well, it does check everything on the right side first. But in my mind, if I were to implement an input here... Let's say if it were checking 0 of the length, then I'd hope it would check 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4, and then all that, so on and so forth, and then tick up to 1, and then check all of them again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 4. But I think that's probably wishful thinking, and I don't think it's going to happen that way. And then tick up to 2 and so forth. That's kind of what I was envisioning in my mind. But that's a crazy person thinking out loud, so take that with a grain of salt. Okay. Apples. So I always becomes the letter you are on at that point, that index. So just go I plus 1, and that will compare the next one. I equals 0i plus 1 equals 1. So that letter at 0 compared with at 1. Oh, you want each letter to be compared with every single other letter? That would require 2 loops doing it your way. Damn, I was wondering if I needed a second loop, or to reference some other loopy string thing. Oh, bastards. Okay, but no, that's good to know. So, more, would I put in the other for loop inside here? So would it be for if 4? For if 4? Or would it be for if? I think it'd be for if 4. That makes far more sense. Yeah, this guy. A. Instead of B. Yeah. for this loop, if it's a letter, that's where I can be checking it too. The other piece of this tied to the dot lowercase is if it's a letter, so I can check the type of. If this is a letter, then it will proceed to the next for loop, and if each of those letters is equivalent to another, maybe. God, I'm overthinking this. This is awful. Awful. Crazy person. Okay, so that would require 2 loops doing it your way. Line 6 will never evaluate to true to get inside that if block the way you have it now. Okay, so this can go straight to hell. We'll kill it. Kill it. Megadeth. Ellipses. You are comparing one thing with the exact same thing and asking if they're not equal. Yeah, okay. Obviously, when obviously 2 of the exact same thing will be equal to each other. True, true. Okay, so I get that. Possibly on the right track now. The way you just said. Yeah, so this. Good. Okay. And tap that. And tap this. So that's ideally what we're going to be shooting for. D to D, D to D, D to D, D, D. String array I. So now the next thing, before I go comparing, I need to compare if it's a letter or not. So I think I do type of JavaScript. I can't think of the phrasing right now. My mind's too letter only, type of something. Bad, Steven. Bad. String. How to check the character is a letter? Yes. Character at. I'm extracting a character in JavaScript with first string. Oh no, that's telling us the location. And I would like to check whether it's a letter. Strangely, it does not seem like functionality exists in JavaScript, or at least I can't find it. Create a number and test against it. Non is non first. I was looking if it's a number or not, similar to regular expressions. You can check if something is a number or isn't a number. But I don't know how to easily implement the regular expression version into my nightmare. We'll leave a plugin. We're not plugging anything in. I don't believe there's built-in, easy enough to write with a regular expression. Yeah, okay, so maybe we can just do a regular expression. So function is letter string, so string.length 1 and string.match A through Z. And the ignore case. So that's really everything we want in one package. Your sentence is a string, but when you split, there's always going to be a string. It will be a 1 in a string, not just 1. So type of will always return string, even if it's a number, because this... Oh... Well, but regular expressions should be able to filter through that, right? No? Perhaps? See, that's what the digit is for. Finding numbers. Because the whole thing is in a string. But it can suss out the numbers. And that's what the lowercase d. And then similar to finding the numbers in a string, there is finding spaces. And then if you wanted to avoid all the spaces and find everything that wasn't a space, they were saying use the capital version of whatever. So capital S is excluding or finding everything that isn't a space. So I figured I could just do capital D. And if they're saying regular expressions is the way to go, we can do capital D / capital D A through Z and ignore the case. Fingers crossed. Sounds like it might work. And now that I can see where each of those pieces is getting tied together, I think I might be able to better implement that into my current nightmare. Yeah, good. Let's give that a shot. So, my perfect day in hell would look very similar to this. String dot length. So string dot length equals 1. So where the deuce, I guess, would it be above this? Maybe it would replace that. I could get rid of lowercase here, keep string array, but how does one implement that? So string dot length. If it has a character, it will always be 1, and if it matches anything A through Z, it will be that. And then I can do... My question is, can I stack things in regular expressions? I think I can. Because with the brackets, I don't know if I do a comma. So it would be all of that. So that's the beginning of a regular expression. We can even throw a G in for the mix, global. Although that's really not going to change anything too much. Maybe... Yeah, so now I don't know if I need a comma, or if the fact that this is already in brackets is good enough, and this should be capital D. God, this seems terrible. Oh, just match 0 through 9 and check if it's a number. Apples, you're so much more clever than I am. Damn. Okay. So, but am I able to do that in one regular expression? Or 2? I guess I could do... I feel like there's either a comma or a semicolon. You know what? I probably just need to check for the 2. I can do another and it'll be nice and easy. Just do another and string dot match blah blah blah. Copy, not dollar signs, you blithering idiot. God, dollar sign again, and 0 through 9. Okay, here we go. So, if it equals 1 and is a letter, and 0 through 9 and number, aren't I trying to exclude numbers, though? Should I have a separate beast below? This is awful. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Sneezing fiasco. Low oxygen. Oh god, I'm a monster. Terrifying. Okay. We're getting close. I deeply want to check. Let's see where we end up from here. Oh, that's right, I've got stringy issues. So am I able to gauge? I can. String.length, if it equals this, then I'm golden. I can compare it in here. Oh my god. Okay, I gotcha. So if string.I is equal to this, is equal to string.match, I gotcha, is equal to string.match. We should add the dot to lowercase again. Dot to lower. Well, does that really matter? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That's not going to hurt. It's just going to ensure that everything's lowercase. Is that wrong? Because then I also wanted to do and. Watch this. It's probably crazy. And not. Oh, bastards. And then I wanted to do not equals somehow. Bad Steven. Bad Steven. Okay, I'll take it back. Not that. What do I put in my if I'm confused. I feel like I need to somehow turn this into a variable of some sorts to tie it to something. Or that I need to put it in, like, an if statement to verify. If it's these things, then that'll work. Which, that makes more sense, the if statement. And I still feel like I need something here. Line 3, I don't know what to do with the beginning of line 3, and I don't know how to proceed with the condition on line 10. So it is an if statement. Apple. Apples. Why do you keep comparing the exact same things? I'm broken as a person and as a programmer, and I'm lost and confused, which is why I'm extremely grateful for your assistance. Okay. Next bit, apples. If string.match and string.match. Okay. So, let's do this. Is there any part of line 3 that I can get rid of? I don't know if I need the length thing. I don't think I need the length thing at all. If it's just string.match, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, we can do parenthesis stuff. You have 2 periods on line 5. 2 lowercase needs. Aha, okay. Good call, good eyes. 2 dots. Dots can go to hell, and this gets a brand new set of parentheses. Way cool. Good eyes, apples. Good eyes. Okay, so we will be using this if statement. And now what to do with the if statement. We are trying. Lastly, once more, an isogram is a word that has no repeating letters. There's only one D in this. There's only one E, one R, M, single A. All of these letters are different. ABBA is bad. 2 A's. Moose would have 2 O's, or that's a number, so it's just terrible in general. We are on the hunt for isograms, words with no repeating letters, whether they're consecutive or non-consecutive. Golden. Implementing a function that determines whether a string contains only letters is an isogram. So we're trying to make sure that it contained only letters. So 2 if statements. If it's a string and has all of that, and I'm trying to figure out the negative, the opposite version of this, and it doesn't have numbers. Damn. Anywho. Implement a function that determines whether a string that contains only letters is an isogram. Anywho, assume the empty string is an isogram and ignore the letter case. We've got the letter case. Oh god, what's happening? I see concern. Okay. Apples. Okay. Tell me what you're doing. No, we won't be using that if statement. The if dies. Your if statement is compared the exact same thing. Oh god. It will obviously be true. You're defeating me. Oh no, it's not. I mean, it's compared the exact opposite things. Now you're getting in my... See, it's bad times. Apples, you've done an outstanding effort. Save yourself. There's gotta be... Isn't there a new episode of Game of Thrones or something? Enjoy your Saturday. I am a lost cause, Apples. It is a valiant effort that you have put forth. There's no prize at the end of this trial. It's awful. Okay. Let's see. What's going down? Ignore everything. Apples. Ignore everything I said. Oh god, too good. Look, despite the... It doesn't... How do I quantify it? We're finding the right tools. Just having someone to talk it out with is good. Because I know that string.match will work for this particular thing. The issue, and I know string.match of some sorts, 0 through 9, will work. It's just finding the way to either make it equals or not equals. And I'm pretty sure there will be either 2 for loops or 2 if statements or some combination. It's just making sure it only contains letters, which this would be perfect for. And I kind of... That's why I was thinking copy string.I equals, if it equals this, matching A through Z, if it equals a letter. We don't need to necessarily do return true at this point, but that second for loop maybe for... And we can just turn it into J's. We can even steal this exact same one for J blah 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 and J with some curliness. Then I figured I could have maybe another if statement along the same lines of something like this, is if string does not equal a number, and do like string.match 0 through 9. And I know this isn't pretty at all, but that's kind of where my mind was at heading through. And then if that works, God forbid that flies somehow, this could potentially return true And then if all of that's crap, then it can return false. That was just kind of a rough assumption, though, on what I was hoping to maybe end up with. But let me clear some of the space. So talking it out is good, because we've still found the right tools to leverage. I did something wrong. Something, somewhere, something is pissed. I've broken the internet. Where is this guy? Unexpected token. Eval 31. Where the deuce is that? No. No. God. Where the hell is it? You know what it is? I think I'm still missing. I must be missing a closing curly brace. That's what we are looking for. Okay, but that's still crap and really confusing, and no one wants to look at that. So, what's going down? Okay, apples. Ignore everything I said. Apples, it's midnight here. Can you simplify the challenge for me? Is it just checking the same character showing up twice in a string? Yes. Correct. It's gauging to see something or other. Okay, never mind. I get it now. Yeah, you can get regular expressions this entire thing in just one line. It's a bit gross, regular expression, though, and you'll learn more battling it out your way. Oh, yeah. All this brutal right and wrong, guess and check. This is where the learning happens. This is where dreams are broken. That's why we love it. Bit gross. Your if statement won't work. You're checking if a character is equal to a match. Bad. Will never be true. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So I should set up... Oh, that's right. I need to set up the regular expressions as a variable. And then I can check the variable. Will never be true. Chat keeps switching to follower-only mode. So only half of my messages are going through. What the deuce? I have a follower-only mode? What? You know what? The only thing I think it could be... Follower-only mode. Is that really a thing? Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. I don't even have a FUD. Just checking. Just checking. Hold on. Let's see. If I was to do this new window? Twitch stuff? How's that looking? Is that good? Is that kosher? Yeah, good enough. Okay. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Looking for chat. Dun 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 dun. Dum 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 dum. Settings. Appearance, pop out, follower only chat. Must have been followed for 30. Huh. But I don't have it checked off. I see the follower only chat, and the setting is must have been followed for 30 minutes, but it's not checked off, so I don't think that should be taking action. Slow mode's off. Show moderator actions. Show messages caught by auto mods. Yeah. Is it the auto mod? I doubt it's the auto mod, because I dropped the lower. I used to have it not freakishly high, but it was at like 2 or 3, and it was stopping a lot of like random nonsense messages that didn't need to be worried about. But I don't know. Anywho, I believe in you, Apples. I believe in you. That's the important thing. But follower mode is not engaged, so I don't know why it's doing that. Back to the nightmare. Okay, okay. Don't mind me for simplifying stuff. Let's check off our to-do list. What do we... right. Setting up regular expressions. It was... back one? No, that's string.split. Basic JavaScript. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Sifting through. Sifting through. All right. We've got our string or our array. Golden. String stuff. Test string. We need to set up a variable for our regular expression. Expression get software. Cool. And then we are going to be doing test string dot match blah 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 dot length. Yeah, I don't know where they're going with that. So for ours, that was their example. We've got variable expression. So that's their regular expression, or ours. And then and count. So test string is the one up top. We are dot matching our variable, which is the regular expression. So it will do all of that. And then the dot length issue. This counts the matches. So we don't need to worry about the number of matches. So we don't need the dot length bit. We can set up an expression, though. Let's do this. You know what? And we could do this. This is what we need. We need this variable. So we need whatever the string is. So str.match, blah, blah, blah. So we are going to simply call it something. What are we going to call this guy? AZ. AZ. Cut. If it's equal to AZ variable, AZ equals string dot blah 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 blah, and from here, I wonder if we should be checking the string itself or string array. Really could go either way. That's a tough call. And then from here, same song and dance. Cut. This will be variable num. So it's going to be finding all the numbers. So if it's not equal to any of the numbers, if it's not equal to num, but that's just finding stuff. Well, no, that's okay. If it comes up on the radar, then we know it's a lie. So we don't actually have to worry about what its actual value is. It's if it checks that box. This all seems terribly wrong still. Super mega death. Guys, I think we're gonna have to Google this one. Apples, it was a valiant effort. You dedicated a lot of time and effort and guidance in trying to put out this fire. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. But I think I'm just too much of a lost cause for your outstanding efforts. Although we did find a lot of tools, and I still think we are far better off than where I started from. Let's have those and variables and our for loops and stuff and there. Let's get rid of this. No, that's okay. Command Z. Well, that's one for loop. There's a lot of for loops going on. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this. Where do we stand? The issue is with the false ones. We need to check isograms. JS isogram hell. It's the only way to succeed. Okay. Here we go. First one, Stack Overflow. The question is an exact duplicate. I need to check if a word is an isogram, meaning of blah, 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 what we've read through multiple times. I need to implement a function that determines whether a string contains only letters, assuming it's an empty thing, ignore the case. This is what's going down. I'm thinking of doing this with a regular expression. Can you help? Marked as duplicate. Check for repeated characters in string. Well, we'll look at that too. This question has been asked before already, has an answer. For those of you who don't fully address the question, please ask a new question. Why do you want to use regular expression? Just use a set of characters. Answers. As simple as that. You son of a... Okay, so I wonder what the /W means. This is incorrect. For simplicity and the smallest code +1. This is incorrect, does not ignore case, remove the /I. Error code. We're so very, very close. Regular expressions, A through Z, we've got that. Don't think regx is the best tool. Just plain to use JavaScript. Exactly. So we have variable characters, string2, lowercase, dot split. Cool. For variable I equals 0, we've got our for loop. Type of. I knew they used type of. We were thinking about that. So type of character equals undefined. And if it finds characters true, it's not exactly the best answer, though. What's going down? You've been here many a times now. Hello to you. How are you doing? What am I doing? I'm on the verge of either being super correct in solving this or still very, very super, super wrong. We've been in the wrong for about, I don't know how long, but it feels like forever. Apples was here for quite a while, put forth a valiant effort trying to assist. But put simply, we are trying to determine if a string or a word is an isogram. And put simply, An isogram is a word that has no repeating letters, consecutive or non-consecutive. See, D-E-R-M-A-T-O-G. Yeah, all of that noise, not a single letter repeats once. ABBA, 2 A's, doesn't fly. Moose here should have 2 O's, but it's also got a number, so that's not going to fly and pass our test either. So, word that has no repeating letters or consecutive or non-consecutive. Implement a function that determines whether a string that only contains letters is an isogram. So we're trying to make sure that it only contains letters. So I was thinking, hey, regular expression, maybe. Fingers crossed that might work. And then also assume that the empty string is an isogram. Assume an empty string is an isogram. That just clicked now. If it's empty, it still will pass true. Ignore the letter case. So we've got 2 lowercase going on. In our regular expressions, we have the I to ignore the case, and so forth and such and such. We've got 2 for loops and 2 if loops or if statements. 2 for loops and 2 if statements trying to verify and sort what exactly is going on. So currently, we've got our string. We're taking our string, making everything lowercase, and then we're splitting it. And that will be our string array, each letter broken down by itself. And then I was going to loop through that nightmare, string array.length, blah, blah, blah. And I was going to check if any given character is equal to our regular expression where it's trying to match. String.match A through Z. If it does match, I figured it would come back true. So, yeah, variable stuff. Then in the opposite not equals to mindset, string.match 0 to 9. If that comes back true, that would be our number. And looping through string.length. Oh, we did all the J's, but we never changed the I to number. J, and if J is not equal to a number, then we should proceed and return true. I just noticed that J was missing. Let's run that. Oh, damn. I thought that was going to be it. I really thought there was success there. Either way, it's bad. It's painful. It hurts. Let's see what's going down. What's happening? Don't mind me. Tiny crisis. Hold that thought. We'll enjoy struggling together. Super death. Crisis barely averted. Oh, we're doomed. This is what doom looks like. So does theirs actually work? This is the next thing that we were trying to figure out. So since ours was a colossal failure, expected true and got false. An empty string is a valid isogram. Expected true and got false. Oh. If it's empty, it still needs to pass. No. Let's check. Check for repeated characters in a JavaScript string. Java script string. I was wondering if there's a way to check for repeated characters in a string without using a double loop. Can this be done with recursion? An example of code using double loop, return or false based on if there's a repeated character in a string. Character repeat function, for I, blah, blah, blah. Another for loop, blah, 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 plus 1. Interesting. Apple's mentioned plus 1 somewhere. Didn't he? So I always becomes the letter you're on at that point. So just go to I plus 1. That will compare with the next one. 0i plus 1 equals 1. So that letter at 0 compare with that letter 1. Fascinating, apples. You're right. That's shocking. Okay, cool. So I, blah, 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 blah. Another for loop is j, which would be I plus 1, string length. And then the if statement. If j is equal to I, return false. Let's just steal this noise. Can we steal that noise? I feel like, yeah, because I think this is all out of shape. Perhaps. Why not use index of? I'm down to use index of. I'm down to use anything. Let's check the JS index of. We can be all about that. Why is there a little thing there? There's a growth on our index of. Okay. String.prototype and array. Let's check both string and array. You and you. And you. And you. Perfect. So, let's close this guy. We'll keep that one. We'll say recursion for later. Let's close this. And we'll keep these 4. Index of method returns the index within the calling string of the object. Occurrence is specified string the value from index returns -1 if the value is not found. String index of search value from index. So blue whale index of blue returns 0 because it found it. T returns a -1. Why does a whale return 5? I'm not sure what the numbers are for. Characters in strings are indexed from left to right. The index of the first character is 0, and the index of the last character of a string called string name dot length -1. So whale is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, space is 4, W is 5, returns 5 for where it starts at. Blue starts at 0, there is no T, that's -5, okay. Interesting. Although I'm not sure what's happening. No, this is all wrong and confusing. Well, I'm wrong and confused. Let's check the array prototype one. Perhaps that might be a bit better. Index of. Method returns the first index at which the element can be given. The array of -1 if not present. 2. So 2 is there. Index of blank. So if a number. So we can match it. I wonder if I can put a regular expression in there. String.index of, and then the regular match. Or the regular expression match. Let's try that. Because it is an if statement. I don't know why it wouldn't work. Oh god. There we go. Okay. So, how about that? Let's try if blank 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 equal, no, what would I do? First, let's paste this noise in case we need that for later. Nonsense. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, okay. So that's some noise. Let's try to piece together the index nightmare. If this were where we were starting, copy. Index of something or other. I'd want to index of if index of string dot match if string dot, that's the whole string, so I should be actually checking for string array. That's what I should be looking for. And these should actually be within the for loops and the if statements. If string array I matches A through Z, so that needs to be inside the for loop. So, for loop, that's fascinating. So for the variable I, for string array dot length, we're going to be setting up a new variable, A through Z. If string array I dot match equals A through Z, so that's the variable, and if this, then so forth and such, you could loop through your string and have an empty variable if the character is not in the new variable. So if index of returns -1, add it to variable and else returns false. And if your return, and if it returns -1, add your character to the variable. Okay. So we could loop through, once more, you could loop through your string and have an empty variable. If the character is not new, if it's not in the new variable, so index of returns -1, add it to variable, and else returns false. Forget the last message. Yeah. Okay, not to worry. Although, as I'm thinking this bit out loud now, it's slowly coming to mind, a realization that I had it set up incorrectly or not exactly optimal. Cut that and paste here. String array. Don't mind me, tiny crisis. All right, yet another crisis averted. Okay, here we go. So, back again. Index of is still a thing. However, let me quickly attempt. How do I want to do this? Let's get rid of all the noise above and below. Copy. Paste. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Let's delete this noise. Oh, damn, and I'm forgetting, what, Megadeth. Something that rhymes with blocking out comments in JavaScript. All I remember is the / and the HTML one, which obviously isn't working here. That's okay. We're going to cut that. Good enough. Good enough. This is still probably wrong, but it's worth a shot. We've got our function string. Our variable string array is string to lowercase, and it's being split into an array. From there, we've got a for loop that loops through each character of string array, and we've set up a regular expression and a variable for that. So string array I, so for each character, it's going to match it for characters A through Z. And it's going to ignore the case, even though it's all lowercase, but it will still ignore the case and it will be global, even though it's one character. Oh, is that what it is? The asterisk? Oh, the slash stuff. Asterisk slash. or slash asterisk. That's what it is. You're right. You're right. One of those. Why? Yum. What is the phonetic breakdown of your username? I think I've requested this before. But just so we're all on the same page. Yum, yum. Yeah. Good. Good choice. Okay. Happy thoughts. Let's back out of that noise. Alright. Good. Good, good, good. Something about something. We were going to cross our fingers, hope for the best. Yeah, something blew up. String.match is not a function, nor should it be. Something about something. Why does it think... Oh, because it's the regular expression, how we have it set up. You're right, it's not an expression. So... it equals this. And then we put that in the match. So... let's do A through copy, cut, variable, stuff and such with the things. 1, 9. No. 0 to 9. 0, 9 equals this, semicolon. This will take 0, 9. 0, 9 equals num. If string j does not equal num, which is really 0, 9, and all of that, then it'll be true. This is a fucking nightmare. Oh my god. I'm sorry for such an aggressive phrase, but this is a textbook example of a JavaScript abortion. I mean, it is just tragic in the truest sense of the word. Good God. This is just... there's no hope. There's no coming back from this. We may have to throw in the towel after this. We're going to try index of after this, but at that point, then we're just going to jump off the nearest cliff. This is just terrible. What are we doing? So we set up the expression. What's going down? Dr. Dozer. /o. O/. One of those. How old are you? 26. What year is it? 2017? What month is it? July. Okay, 26. 26. It's been a tough year. It's been bouncing between, I can't remember if I'm 27 or 26. It's 26. I don't know why this year has been so difficult to remember my age. Usually, and for the previous 25 to 26 years before that, age has never been an issue. But no, this last year, especially in the last couple months, I think it's just insanity that's been causing me difficulty remembering so forth. My age and such. Those variable, let's call it AAA. 2 triple Z. That is not a pretty variable name. Oh god. Copy. Death. this is everything that's wrong in the world right now. Where'd the for loop? Oh, there's the for loop. So for variable if with another for variable if inside of it. This is messy. This is messy. String.match is still not a function. Fuck. Fuck. Slash. Or yo, or hi. Ah, my bad. Hi, yo, welcome. We're gonna try the index up thing, because frankly everything hurts, and I've got no more guesses or resources left, and just everything is terrible. Variable string. Hello world, welcome to the universe. String index of welcome. The result of n will be 13. Why will it be 13? What am I supposed to do with that? 0, 1, 2, 3. Is it just counting all the characters? Not 0 index? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's got to be 0 indexed. So if it started at 0, welcome would be 13. So that's where it starts. And that's fine that it starts there, but I don't actually need that bit. It's gauging to see if it's there. If it's not there, it returns something else. Default option is 0. That's the optional start point. The comma afterwards. Fair enough. So this is just checking to see if it exists. We will try it with the index. String array, because we're breaking our string into an array from up here. Let's cut that. Probably another variable. I don't know what it'll be. We'll name it soon. Right now it's just a stray dog. Index of... it will end up probably somewhere in one of the if statements or for loops. Index of something. String array index of... No. Is it... in string array? That's what we're looking for. And I... But that seems odd. We need to be doing something different. This is that comparing the same thing. This is what we had one. It was the recursion issue. This is essential. So 13 is the decision of the beginning. You have an example. Yeah, yum. Example away. We're all about examples. Because we only have a couple more guesses before we just light the computer on fire. You know, and that'll be fun for everyone. Not great for the stream. Oh, yes, and you have a link. Look at that. We just clicked the crap out of that link. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so... of course, it's on my phone. Down keyboard. Down. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Yes, and we're scrolling, and we're scrolling. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We are going to crack this open. Yes, good. Twitch stuff. Beautiful. Can we see the link? Yes. Open a new tab. Close out of that. Ka-frickin' boom. Look at that. Yum yum to the rescue. So, test of string. String 2 lowercase. T. Sure. Yeah, empty strings. That's hot. Who doesn't love a good T? 4 variable. Character in string. If T dot of. If T dot index of string character equals -1, T plus equals string character, else return false, otherwise return true. Console log, test with index of DDD, WAD, function test with match, string equals, string 2 lowercase, dot split, T, variable string, T dot match. Fascinating. You did both with index of and with match? Oh my god. Gold stars for you, Yum Yum. That deserves a digital pat on the head. Oh my god. You rock. Okay. So contain the excitement. String equals string 2 lowercase dot split variable T empty string for variable character in string. If T dot match string character equals null, T plus equals string character, else return false, otherwise return true. Console log test with match DAFW. Oh my god, run it, undefined, true, false. This is outstanding. Okay. I kind of want to do both. Let's take this. You know what? We're just going to take all of it. Because we can. Because Yum Yum's a god. It's been like 3 hours of struggling. So, how do we want to do this? Let's do paste. Let's comment out my nonsense. Because that's not going to affect anybody ever. This is of no help to society. Bad times. Cool. So that one's down. We are going to comment out this for now, and we're going to try both. Because Yum Yum's a rock star. That's what we learned today. Comment you and individual comments for you. So, ta-da, the glory. Behold the power of Yum Yum. God, I hope this works. That's okay. There's a 42% chance that I did something wrong. This is like the those car crash statistics involving animals. 93% of the time, it's the deer's fault, you know? So, if there's an issue, it's probably because I did something incorrectly. Oh, yes, I need to rename the function. Yum Yum again. Coming in with the saving kill of the day. Let's take is isogram. Ka-frickin' boom. Look at that. Function is isogram string. Yeah. Look at that. Sample test. Yum Yum is good. Yum Yum is on fire. Look at that. That is impressive. I would like to say now, Yum Yum was you pulled in answers relatively quickly and provided. I would like to note earlier, it was midnight though. Apples did put forth a valiant effort. He stuck with us for like, I think probably 60% of the stream happened on Apple's terms, and that was brutal. I think it was just me and Apples for quite a while, but then Yum Yum showed up, a few others, and Yum Yum provided an outstanding answer. Okay, so that worked. That worked. Hold on. When in Rome, let's, because I want to try both. He did both. Why not try both flavors? Commenting stuff. Commenting stuff. And we will undo you. Dive into this guy. Run the sample test. Oh, we need to change it again? How forgetful we are. See, this is the kind of stuff that Apples was struggling with. The forgetfulness. Yes, yes. Dance, code, dance. I kind of want to stick with match, but I'm going to do index of. I'm going to do index of. Because that was your initial suggestion. D. Yum Yum. He will be remembered. He will forever be remembered. Okay, let's go ahead and do the index of version, because who doesn't like index of? It's everybody's favorite flavor of indexing. Look at that. Okay, so let's run it. This will be our official answer. And yeah, we're going to use team answers because it has been... This CADA has taken 2 hours. It's been an hour and 57 minutes and 26 seconds of just sheer hell the entire time. Minus all the assistance from Apples and the beautiful efforts put forth by Yum Yum to save the day. To keep the town from burning even further. Think of all the countless lives spared by their efforts and grace to save the day. Let's go ahead and submit this as our attempt. Oh, look at that. It worked. Beautifully executed. That is pretty damn impressive. Well, good times. We are, let's see, what are we looking for? They basically, Yum Yum, they basically do the same thing, but match of index of just returns different things. Gotcha, because they do look freakishly similar. Don't mind me, texty issues, trying to avoid another crisis. Let's go ahead, see where we stand, and view what the other cool kids had to suggest for their answers, although I'm pretty damn pleased with what we ended up with. Okay. The top answers are, if she loads, wow. Dear God. Not compared to Yum Yum's answer, but compared to the nightmare that I submitted. Holy hell. Not even close. My double for if loop thing with the incorrect regular expressions and match stuff. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I understand it's returning something. That's what's going on. So exclamation usually indicates no or the opposite, to not look for something. I don't know what the hell the W is for. There's a dot times something, and there's a stray 1. It's like a bad joke. All that's missing from this regular expression is a priest and a rabbi. So that's what I have to say about that. And something about Z, they commented out Z. I don't know what this is. Maybe that's their tag mark. Do people tag their code like graffiti? Is that a thing? Perhaps not. Functions. Is isogram string. Variable ij, maybe. This seems a bit more reasonable. String, 2 lowercase. I had that bit. For loop. and a second for loop. I had the i's for loop, and my second for loop used the j's. If string I equals j, oh, we saw that example somewhere. That was our second, that was the for loop we came across. That was the second one. Yeah, still not pretty. String dot match, A through Z. We had pieces of this, nowhere near as compact and organized or nice, though. Lastly, we are just trying to find index of, look at that, yum yum, and yeah, look at this. So really, these two are both using the one-line regular expression nonsense, so that's kind of a shared, so this doesn't really count. So this is basically third, which is awesome. So index of is the third answer to look at. And really, I think this is far better than the traditional double for loop nonsense. This is where it's at. I would say honorary second place on behalf of Yum Yum's efforts. Look at this. Wow, they wrote a novel. This is a short story. There should be pictures with this one. Okay, good to know. Way cool. So, second-ish. Via Yum Yum. So, that's impressive. Thank God day 210 is over. If it weren't for apples, we wouldn't have been able to held on until Yum Yum showed up. And if it weren't for Yum Yum, we wouldn't have finished the example. Not next, Kata. No. The nightmare ends now. We are looking at our profile. Thank God. 88% of the way through level 7. We have cracked 80,000. We were at 83,000. Now we're at 79,000. We're getting there slowly but surely. I think we've probably only got 1 or 2 more Katas before we crack or break into level 6 Caillou. So that should be interesting. Good times. Thank you again to anyone and everyone who stopped by to view and assist the stream. Huge thanks to Apples for the initial part of the battle, and huge thanks to Yum Yum for sealing the deal and dropping the hammer. Also, thank you for Dr. Dozer for stopping by, saying hey, and anyone else who may have accidentally stumbled into today's just atrocious stream of confusion and utter defeat. But yeah, more of that to come tomorrow with day 211 on the horizon for the year of streaming and learning code. In the meantime, we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah, kill it!